Do you want to like
You know that? Hey man, I just gotta say you got some shit in your fucking teeth.
you do.
you.
No, the other side.
No.
No, you're almost there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
What'd you eat, man?
That was Jonathan Potle.
No way. We're twinning.
Potle.
That's crazy.
Here's a triple Potle Tuesday.
Did you get Chipotle too?
I went to Peter Potle's spot before you.
Not before me.
So I was an original.
No, you're not. Not at all.
Third in the human centipede. You're the third person. You're the third person.
Am I in the third person from the front or the back? Because that's
The third person from the back would be the first person.
First person.
Oh,
The first person is the one who just.
I
eats
guess
the food.
if it's a centipede, and that means there's 100. So you'd be the third person eating. I would be the first person.
No, but
I would be
our
good.
human centipede.
Yeah, in our
if
human
it's just like a
centipede, which is just 3, which is just an insect, has abdomen, thorax. The other one,
Yeah.
yeah.
you know your shit.
I forgot one of the 3. The head.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why are you
Is it
looking?
cortex?
Why are
I
you
feel
looking-
like you're a bug guy.
I'm not a bug guy.
You're not a bug guy.
The only bugs I care about are fucking BLJs and shit.
Oh.
That
You're
was good.
Mario.
I
No,
thought-
You're Mario guy.
That's not an
I thought
appropriate.
you were gonna say the spider dance from Undertale. Bug. That's a kind of a bug. It's an insect. It's close enough.
No, spiders aren't bugs.
Arachnids.
We already did
Wait.
this.
Are arachnids?
No.
Okay. Thanks, man.
That's it.
No, he's gonna say are arachnids bugs, and then you're gonna go to Google, and then Google Assistant will say,
Google AI.
no, despite common belief, arachnids are not bugs. They're actually schmorbs, and you're like, great.
Yeah.
Bats are bugs.
They're not. I think they're mammals, aren't they?
Did you ever read Calvin and Hobbes?
Not really, actually.
Calvin goes in a tirade saying that bats are bugs.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
that's cool. I went to a French immersion school, an elementary school. So we had a bunch of random like French comics. And there was this one about, you wouldn't believe it, it's about video games actually.
No.
And it was called Game Over. And it was just like scenes from fake video games. And then the guy would like die or whatever, and you'd be like, ha ha ha, he's French. And it didn't have any words, so I only read those.
It's like a dumb ways to die, but it's like dumb ways to mort or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Is it mort?
Bro.
You started with dumb ways too, and then you're like, no, that's not. It's you're not even close, man. You're not even close.
I could have done it worse.
I'm sure you could, but I don't want to hear that.
You
And
know,
I want to say welcome to the pond.
Welcome to the
Welcome to the
pond.
pond.
Welcome to the pond.
Dude, we made it. I'm gonna say this every week because we don't believe in making it every week.
Actually, you believe in it,
I believe it strongly.
and I
What you thinking now,
am
man?
still yet to be convinced. I think episode 4, if it gets posted without any delays,
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, I'm
It's real
impressed.
shit.
Mm.
Because you cut it pretty close on this.
This time,
last episode.
Yeah.
bro. Okay, but there were things that needed to be done, and that was done, and I'm glad with that.
Mm-hmm.
Inconceivably unfeasible. That podcast ended at episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they have 1 review on Spotify. We have 2.
We have 2 reviews.
We have 2 reviews.
And the first episode has like over 100 viewers at this point, which to me is
It's
like
well, no,
kind of
that's
nuts. Is that not?
No, but every time you click the video, it adds
yeah,
a
and
view,
it
right?
adds like another.
So
tick
every
on
time
there.
I go to check how many views and comments, it goes up by 1. So it's
Yeah.
really like 50 views.
Yeah, I don't understand why people want to hear us talk, but I'm happy.
Yeah.
They don't. 100 people is not. It's your friends and family are.
My family doesn't know
humoring
about
you.
this. Are you kidding me?
Sure, your friends.
Yeah, my friends and my followers.
Your followers.
My followers.
Yeah.
Like my social media followers. I don't think I have like the disciples of Akey. Or any of this stuff.
Disciples of
The disciples of Akey. Wait, that's
I like that.
sick,
I like
actually.
that.
Disciples of Akey. I'm on the vocals. I can't play an instrument. I need someone to get on my lead
Big
guitar.
Graham.
Oh, Graham be my lead guitar. He got the sickest tattoo. He got like a turtle tattoo, and I think He's doing a road trip right now, or like a trip overseas in like Thailand. He's been like hanging out with the elephants.
That's it.
Yeah, it's so
cool.
sick.
Yeah, what the hell? That's random too.
It's so crazy because I'll just see like Melee players, and half of them I'm just like, when I don't see them, I know they're not doing anything. Like I know they just be like working their like email job, playing unranked.
Yeah.
On their Zoom calls saying nothing to add here, clocking out, and then they just keep going.
Yeah.
But then like I don't know, Graham and like some people, I'm just like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
You're playing the guitar?
Yeah.
And going to Thailand.
You're going to Thailand?
Melee is just a part of their life.
Yeah.
They have a rich world that we don't get to
Yeah.
see,
You don't get to see.
Yeah.
Sometimes Melee just is your life, and I'm really trying to like, you know, not have that be me.
Yeah.
It's so fake.
What is fake?
You're like, I can see that you're trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna have a career, I'm gonna build a life, I'm gonna get a family, I'm gonna do all this stuff. I know deep down all you want to do is you want to go to Pokemon Stadium, you want to pick Falco, you want to go bleep, 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 you want to shoot the lasers, you want to shine. That's all you want to do. And it's like everything else in your life is a facade.
That's extreme. That's a little extreme.
I had to stay away from the sticks because I feel the urge sometimes.
I know.
Yeah.
I know you do. That's what you want. If you could, that's what you would do for the rest of your life, but you can't.
It is crazy that my sister left for Toronto to do an internship, and like within the first week, I put a CRT in her room. That is kind of messed up with me.
You took the small one.
I took the baby CRT, the one that's so small that you can kind of hold on to it with like one hand, which is not like a normal TV, which should usually take two.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn. Have you been playing at all though?
No, I haven't. It's bad for me.
You resisted the urge.
I resist the urge.
Yeah.
I've been playing pickleball instead to get my competitive streak out.
Okay.
Do you want to explain? This guy doesn't know what pickleball is, and I kind of know, but I still don't really know.
You don't know what pickleball is?
I do know what pickleball is,
You want
but let's say that I don't.
This guy knows what pickleball is because I invited him to go and he overslept by like 4 hours. So this guy knows what pickleball is.
That is.
Well, does he know? Because it doesn't sound like he showed up.
Yeah, it's true. If you showed up and you were on the court,
Maybe
I could have given you
like
an in-person.
Fuck,
I thought it's
dude.
like you rest in bed until you turn into a pickle. you curl up and then you wait until you become a pickle. And you're like, that's pickleball.
Yep. No, pickleball is like tennis and but with ping pong paddles, like big ping pong paddles and like a wiffle ball. And like it's only like retirees who play and like some young people. But the messed up thing is that you go in there all young and spry and you think you can take everyone on the court, but no, they're like the old people with like the knee braces they're out for blood.
They're out for blood.
And they like look at your racket and like, I don't know, like the type of shoes that you're wearing, and they're just like,
Nah.
yeah.
They judge you for that?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I mean, so you go to the pickup court and you see someone with like a shooting sleeve, and you're just like, that's not real. You know, that's not a real shooter. But then you go on like the other side and you see someone who's doing like hook shots, and you're like, that's a real hooper. You know, it's the same thing, except it's literally you show up, you bring out like the Canada Tire racket, and they're just like, nah, I don't fuck with that.
Damn.
Right.
They got
Yeah.
standards.
Why does it have such a stupid name?
I know about this. Can I say this? Can I say this?
Sure, take over.
I want to say this, okay? I learned this in my PE class back in 9th grade.
You knew about pickleball in the 9th grade?
Yeah.
It is insane.
This is like something that has appeared in like the past 2 years, and everyone's like, "Oh, pickleball!"
Wait, seriously? No. This was back in like in the 1900s or whatever.
Okay.
These two rich people, they were playing tennis or something, but they didn't have rackets or whatever. And every time they would play with like this makeshift paddle, which is the paddle you use for pickleball now, their dog, who was named Pickle, would grab the ball and get it back to them. And that's exactly why it's called pickleball.
That's so
Right on the money.
Yeah, I'm right.
Right on the money.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
1960s. And the game was invented in the 1960s by a couple in Seattle. So this is my people. My people made this game.
Okay, but what do you mean they invented it? This is just tennis, but they
No.
have the shit, so they're like, it's pickleball now.
Yeah, but it's like, as a Seattleite, I claim it
Sure.
Yeah. And I think that we brought something great into the world. It's a sport you can play literally forever. You can play until like your hair goes white.
Sure, but if I'm like I want to play basketball, but I don't have a basketball, I only have a volleyball, and then I'm like, all right, now we're gonna play Schwabsketball. Like, I didn't invent anything.
Yeah, but what if Schwabsketball is like kind of hype?
Like with slightly different
And everyone's
rules
just like,
shit.
wait.
Let's Schwab it up.
Let's Schwab it, dude. We're Schwabbing, and like there's like a secret rule where I don't know, man.
What's the secret? What's the pickleball secret
The
rule?
pickleball secret rule. It's just like you start on one side. Yeah, there's like a weird number system. You say
I forgot about
you
that.
say like 002, and 2 is like if you serve first or second, and that's how you start the game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the secret. Is that you have to know like numbers. You have to bring like an abacus with you whenever you're playing to know like who's scoring when.
Right.
In Schwabsketball, it can be like, I don't know, no ledge dashes, or no.
Yeah, there's no legend.
Yeah, no Schwabsketball, no volleyball spikes.
Sure.
What game is this? Is it basketball?
It's
This is basketball.
yeah,
Just
like-
basketball. But you have the basketball, so you pick up a volleyball.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Schwabsketball.
No, Schwabsketball is you play on the hoops made for little kids, so you get to dunk more.
Oh yeah, this is like what they say they should do for the WNBA. It's lower the rims so people can dunk.
Sure. I don't.
Is this problematic?
I mean, that's what people say. I'm not saying I endorse that idea. I'm saying that's a thing that people say that they should do.
That's crazy though. Is this like a everyone is on board type of thing or no?
No.
Okay, thank God.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, it would have been crazy if it was.
No, 10 feet forever. You know what's crazy about the fact that it's summer and I'm playing pickleball though?
What's crazy about that?
What's crazy? I don't wear sunscreen. And I made the mistake because I always have sunscreen in my face, but never like apply it anywhere else usually. So I went and you can kind of see there's like this insane gradient.
Move your hand. The other hand.
Bro, dude, your back.
Oh, my back is bad too.
Yeah,
But that gradient was so bad when I played for the first time on Thursday that it looked like I had like a rope burn.
It's
like going around here.
Gradient is not the right word. It's
Yeah.
like normal skin, and it's like peach cream, and then it's like pale.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not. It's three. Just it's distinct
okay.
zones.
It is kind of like ice cream sandwich. Yeah, I'm a little Neapolitan right now, but I just was at the climbing gym and I was like trying to explain to people, like my friends who were there. I'm just like, I know it looks like I tried to hang myself. I promise you, I didn't.
I was just playing pickleball, man.
I promise you, it wasn't that the rope was too slack or anything. It's just
There was the dog. It was the '60s. You don't get it. You don't get it.
the dog's name was Pickle.
That was his name. Oh. Yeah. So you didn't try to hang yourself.
I did.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
Thank you for that.
You did it.
I was just in case you guys were worried at all.
I wasn't worried, but thank you for thinking that I cared.
That you cared.
Yeah. And thank you for sharing that, and thank you for not killing yourself. Never commit suicide. That's I think the main theme of this podcast.
It's good that we have something for the kids to take away.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Do you have any other things in your life? Themes
Yeah.
for kids, or just like things you want to talk about?
Oh, for kid? Well, okay. I have something that is kind of related to the pickleball story because a day ago, yesterday, as one may say, I went to this guy's place, Mattias' place, and it was more like we were watching each other play games. And
Why do you say it so sensually?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
We were watching each other.
We were watching
watching
each other play games. Ooh, yeah. Like, why?
It was, it was a fun hangout. It was just like impulsive, and it was just the two of us, and we were both like playing games that we've never played, I think.
Together, or like?
It was like side by side let's play.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it was like me watching it was me watching Let's Play except live action. So it was more fun.
What was the game?
So Mattias played Persona 3 Portable, right?
Female pro tag. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what do you think about that game, by the way? So far?
It was fine. It was a little exposition dense and not that interesting.
Yeah.
But
I feel like
think the actual like reload might be more fun.
yeah, first hour is just like you can't move
Yeah.
at all.
Also, you can't move in that game in general. Like on the portable version, you have like a map cursor.
Oh, that really? There's no like.
You were watching me play the game.
Yeah, but no. I thought this was like just the beginning part. I thought
No,
like,
that's the whole game. Is you just have like a map cursor that you just like press A to talk
That's
to people. It's not like
crazy.
you walk around town, you meet people. That way.
Tartarus is the only like 3D area.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, that's nuts. Well, I guess it is portable. So
So that's what I did. We did that. I did that for like an hour. I was trying to think of what to do.
yeah,
Anyways,
and then I played Xenoblade for the first time.
You fucking piece of shit.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Not you, this guy. Just
What?
Just
What?
trying to
What?
Xenomax
What?
everybody. Xenopill everyone with your Xeno saga or whatever.
so I have before you say how that game experience was,
Yeah.
I had like a different take
Okay.
on our day.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was a good day. It was fun. We had a good time. But I was like, where do we go? Because Shun wants to get dinner tomorrow, and you know, sometimes I worry.
Oh, dude.
I'm like, I hope he's okay.
About his nutrition.
Yeah, his
dude.
nutrition.
Oh.
I just worry sometimes, you know. I'm
dude.
just concerned.
Every episode.
And I was like, maybe I should go because you know, so that's where I'm at. If it's a long way from Richmond, maybe I could go to Richmond. I should leave my house because I kind of stew in there sometimes, you
Right.
know.
You're bringing the CRT to your sister's room.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's not
That's
good.
no good.
It's no good. Haven't had people over in a while. The place is kind of like it's not great, not really suited for guests.
No.
So I go out to meet Shun. I'm like, where do we go? I can go to Richmond or you can make maybe Vietnamese in my place if you want it. And Shun was like, okay, we can think about it. Actually, let's do Vietnamese. I'm on my way. I'm like, okay, all right, cool. Yeah, let's do it. Whatever. And so I'm just like kind of sitting around and then the realization kicks in. I'm just like, my place is a disaster. I need a shower. I haven't shaved in 2 days. I look like what I assume Clint Stevens looks like between streams. Just
Right.
like an absolute disaster. I'm like tossing stuff around. I'm like, why do I care so much? It's not like Shun's going to come over in the first place. Like, we're just going to probably hang out and get food. And we got food and it was good. And then I was just like, shit, now what do we do?
Right.
And so I was just like, I guess we're going back to my place. And I took him to the Xenoblade torture dungeon.
Right.
That's what I did. I'm just like, I'm going to make, as Shun came over, I was literally throwing stuff around my house. I'm just like, just don't look at all the trash that's like all over the counters. And in the meantime, I was just like, man, like I'm like, I can't believe this guy is over right now. Honestly, I can't believe anyone's over at my house right now the way things are.
Right.
And I was like,
Do you have a picture?
a picture of my place?
Yeah.
Dude, okay, it wasn't even that bad.
Can you draw a picture maybe on the whiteboard?
Do people want to draw a picture? What? Draw a
Can you
picture
do
of
that?
my.
Can you
Yeah,
do
sure.
that in the PV
Yeah.
portal?
Like we can magic something up on there. I'll show you. I'll show
dude.
you. I'll just send you a picture.
Okay.
I'll send you a picture of
Alright.
what's around. Literally, it's just like I say, like I'm a slob. It's just like I haven't vacuumed, and there's like Church's chicken bags.
Okay.
Just on.
yeah,
That's
like
not that bad.
it's nothing.
Whatever. It's boy living.
Yeah.
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 But I was like, whatever. I'm just playing games right now. I don't want to play two-person Mario Party. Welcome to the Xenoblade Torture Chamber. You played that game for like 4.5 hours.
That was 4.5 hours.
You were there. You were at my place till like 11:30.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, it hit. Yeah, it hit 12. You're right.
It hit midnight.
I think so. No. Actually, no, you might be right. I don't know.
We got dinner at like 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, you went to the Xenoblade Torture Chamber and I made you play for 4.5 hours, and it was a good use of. I felt great. I felt great the whole time.
How
You
did
sure
you
about
feel
that?
about
Yeah.
the Xenoblade?
Bro. Okay.
Do you know about the Monado?
I do know now about the Monado.
Yeah.
See, the only the exposure I had to Xenoblade as a franchise is just like Shulk from
Super Smash Brothers.
4 and Ultimate.
For
And
Wii U and 3DS.
yes, yeah.
And
That.
Ultimate.
And Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
On
yeah.
the Nintendo Switch Family
On the
systems.
Nintendo, yes.
Yeah.
And I thought like so the only impression I have of that guy is just like this random I thought it was like a
Backslash.
yeah, like a
Literally, that was it.
happy-go-lucky, like whimsy type of guy.
Yeah.
Who carries just like a sword with like a kanji in the middle.
Yeah.
But
Was that what that is?
yeah, yeah. So I played the first. Was that first chapter? I think it was the first chapter of the first Xenoblade
First 2 chapters.
of the Xenoblade.
That's a lot.
Chronicles thing.
It is a lot. Yeah.
That's-
Isn't that insane?
That's a lot.
It's 4.5 hours.
that might be more than I've played.
Bro, he passed me the controller and it just wouldn't stop.
Yeah, it's good.
The game would just keep on going.
Did you reach Juju?
Who's
No.
Okay, so not more than
Not more
Okay.
than you.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're
who-
like you're chilling in Gower Plains. You're like,
well,
Just left Colony 9.
yes.
Okay.
I just left Colony 9 and I witnessed the horrible tragedy of, a few characters here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, throughout that gameplay, I just realized that I was underestimating Nintendo.
in terms
Like-
of what?
Like I didn't have the gut. I didn't think they had the guts to create violence like that on the screen. Does that make sense at all?
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just kind of like they killed off like Redacted.
Yeah, but like the expressions, just like so much drama in there. Like with you can literally, it's like Attack on Titan season 1 where like you can literally see people
Die. Yeah.
get chomped up and shit.
Just
and
dead
it's
for
like,
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's insane because you build so much personality and character. I'm just a parasocial fan of these characters, I
Right.
guess. And you just see these characters get killed off, and it's like,
And you're like they're gone forever. It's like really tough.
Yeah, it just sucks.
Yeah.
And after I played it, I felt like, I guess it didn't help that it was already like midnight, and I was stressing about how to get back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's why it was the torture chamber. I was literally like, I'm going to make Shun play until like the horrible thing
Redacted.
happens.
Mine-
Until Redacted happens, and then you go on your merry way.
minus
go
minus $17, by the way.
You want to impart your Stewie lifestyle upon him.
Yeah. And I felt like I couldn't breathe, It was like I felt like hands clasping around my heart, and it was just
Yeah.
it was dramatic. It was
Yeah.
great. I think it was a great game. And if I had my Switch with me, and if I had hit it big in the lottery, I would probably buy the game. So you kind of converted me,
I
actually.
converted you into
You got a new Xeno fucker in your
Yeah, exactly.
a new disciple.
We
of
need
Akey.
more. The world needs more Xenofuckers.
don't.
It really
They
does.
don't.
They really do.
It didn't really hit with you, the story?
No, I liked it. I watched a Let's Play of it.
Chuck Conroy?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
It was actually I really enjoyed the story of the first game. As like I watched it like a Saturday morning cartoon every day. Chuck Conroy posted it. I go, oh boy, a new episode. But I just don't really love like 200-hour RPG where you gotta go. It's just too long for me to play. And
Yeah.
then, the Xenoblade 1, that's cool. There are some other Xeno type games that
There's some other great ones.
I guess there are some other
They're all great.
ones.
You ever
Yeah.
watch Xeno 2? Let's
Try
play?
to.
Okay, don't watch the Let's Play though. Just watch the cutscenes.
Yeah, which ones? With the bunny character or which characters?
All of them.
All of
watch
them?
every single
With
one
the
of
little
them.
robot maid character, that
Oh,
one.
she made me cry.
Oh, okay. I didn't get to that part. I guess I didn't get to that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we should give Nintendo any credit. That wasn't them.
Yeah.
That was the
Monolith Studio.
developer. Yeah.
Monolith Soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was before they were bought out. But now and then after they were bought out, what type of Xeno game did they make? We don't know.
Well, they made Breath of the Wild. They made
Eiji Aonuma himself created every tree in and they kind of were like, I guess they maybe looked it over and said, that's good.
You haven't seen the Germa clip where he's playing against the stone Talon guy, and then it's like all the quests show up, and it's like he's like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Yeah, made Splatoon 3. I don't know. No credit for Nintendo. They don't
Yeah.
get shit for me.
Yeah. I guess I am sort of obligated to be on fuck Nintendo.
We have to be.
Yeah.
I think that's like it's like a core identity to all Melee players, not all Smash players.
Yeah.
Well,
but Melee in
I think
particular.
I think we should have a campaign I've been thinking about a viral marketing campaign that maybe we could enact
For the pond.
Yeah, for the or just like for the people, you know, like to get our voices heard out there. Because I think, you know, recently, I think last week maybe, the Switch 2 launched at some controversy, right? Especially because of the price.
Yeah.
And, you know, like here in Canada or Schwab Island, we don't know where we are. It's like $600 just for the base system before tax, $700 for the game, like with Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And so, you know, people are I think upset about that. And I was thinking like, what, you know, well, whose fault is this for one, right? And I think, you know, looking at a lot of, you know, opinion pieces and reading some of the stats, it seems like, you know, the current president of Nintendo, Shuntaro Furukawa, he might be to blame, right? Because he kind of took the helm of the company after, not right after Iwata unfortunately passed, but around 2018, you know, during the Switch years. The Switch has basically been, you know, run under his, you know, command, right? And what we've seen during that time is, you know, prices go up, low sales, very, you know, anti-consumer stuff. And so I was thinking like, well, you know, he's kind of to blame for this stuff, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so
okay.
like maybe we, you know, we start a hashtag or something like, let's Taro Furukawa, you know, we could like do something, you know?
You think that the people get behind that?
Yeah, because he's like a banking guy. He doesn't even know Mario. He said like the first Mario game I played was like Mario Tennis Aces. It's like, who the fuck is that? I don't know if it's the first one, but he's like, that's my favorite game. It's like, you don't got any other games you like? He's not a gamer. He's a banker, dude. He only cares about the money. So like, let's go. You know, let's go. I don't know. It could be fun.
Yeah, you know what? Let's get a bunch of our buddies up.
Yeah, let's
You
just
know?
go. Like, I think like, you know,
Travel to Kyoto together.
because like because it's kind of like in Zelda, like if we him, all of the evil will dissipate. You know, there will be a big cutscene and it'll go. Whoosh, wow,
Yeah.
All of the plague or whatever will disappear, and then it'll be back to how I like. You know,
Yeah.
because it really is a great injustice, I think, for like him as the CEO of a company to make the electronic toys that I like more expensive. I think it's a real crime, and I think he should be punished.
Yeah.
I guess it is. No, well, yeah. Well, I got to choose my words really carefully here.
Why?
Because I got to say that I definitely do not like the way that they're sort of weaponizing the Switch, I guess. It's just like I said,
It's almost
really
like he's
expensive.
like trying to us.
Yeah,
So it-
actually, you're spitting.
So it's actually like
Yeah.
Oh my god.
justified
Oh my god.
in trying. I mean, I don't know. I think like, you know,
Dude, I think you might be the next Joe Rogan.
I think you're onto something here.
Shit.
Except, I mean, the part,
what do you mean?
like we gotta kill him, man.
Yeah.
Can we do something else?
Like
'Cause-
what?
Like, you know, I don't know. I'm like persona pilled right now, so like why
Never commit suicide.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
why don't we get, you know, I guess a bunch of high schoolers and have them go into mementos or whatever the fuck.
Why don't we just get a bunch of high schoolers?
I don't think so. No.
No.
I don't like that.
You're not into that?
No.
No, I think we should.
Teach them a lesson.
It'll teach them a lesson. Yeah. Because they probably got like a 1-up or whatever. They can bring it back. You know, hashtag for Carl. And then we'll come back and then, you know, whatever. Yeah.
You know, what about if it's like Zelda and he just gets sealed away forever, like Ganondorf style, or he comes back and he's like,
Ganondorf famously has not been sealed away forever.
He always comes back.
He always is. They always are like, we got a mega seal. He won't break out of this one. And then they like trip over a twig, and he's like, I am back, and I am evil, and I will take over Hyrule. I'm Matt Mercer. And you're like, whoa.
doesn't he die and he comes back as like a train conductor or something?
What?
No, he's not in that one.
He's not, but I thought that like someone else was him, but a train conductor.
Are you
Am I
talking
wrong?
about
There's like a
the
leprechaun. There's like an
Toontank
evil
shit?
leprechaun.
Evil
in that
leprechaun? What were they doing, man?
game.
We should guy.
No, that guy's awesome.
That guy's awesome. Okay, my
Because
bad.
you could buy that game for like $20 instead of $600.
I miss GameStop for that reason only. I know it's still around, but you know what I'm saying. Back when they had like the games that would go on sale for super cheap.
Back when they were like a company that sold video games and not like a weird scam where they try and take money from apes online. Yeah.
Oh, my friend used to work at the GameStop near where I grew up, and he said that it would just people buying memberships, and they would show up every week just to get a new pack of Pokemon cards, because you could get something for like $6 for free from there. And so it would just be like people going on like their account, on like other people's accounts, like for the GameStop memberships, and just like ripping Pokemon cards and flipping them. And that's what the company became, was just like a Pokemon card distribution site. That's just crazy.
You think the people ruined it?
The people were no. I think it was Reggie. I think it's Reggie's fault.
You think it's Reggie's fault?
I think he stepped in.
Are we shifting to Target?
I just, all we gotta take out all the Nintendo heads.
No, because Reggie's nice.
You like Reggie?
He's nice enough. I read his book.
Oh,
he would kind of like, well, that's what I'm saying, is because when Reggie was there, he was like, we should include Wii Sports in the Wii, and then it sold 100 million copies. And then Shuntaro Furukawa was like, you know what? Let's not include the Nintendo Switch Welcome Tour package system, right? Let's charge $15 for that, because that's what it's worth, I guess.
That is fucking.
I forgot we have a real Nintendo beta on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm learning every day though. I think about this Nintendo shit.
I think that now that they're like turning the Nintendo heads, the betas, like they're radicalizing them, and I think that's like good. I think it's good that now people are like,
I don't think so.
you don't think it's good?
No, I think it's I don't think it's that anyone is really being radicalized. I think it's just like you reach a certain age and you're like, wait, fuck this shit. And then like in probably 6 years, the crop of Nintendo Switch betas that are currently being minted have been minted in the past, 8 years will wake up and be like, wait, as soon as they announce the Switch 3 and like it's not backwards compatible, they're gonna freak the fuck out.
You don't think that like the Mario movie 2 is gonna like slap so hard that people don't care?
The fucking Zelda movie as well.
Yeah,
I
Zelda
think
movie.
like maybe it'll slap so hard, but you just won't. What does that have to do with the video games to some extent? If like the Mario movie 2 is so good, you're gonna be like, all right, I'll go play Mario Odyssey again. You're not gonna be like, if the next Mario game looks like ass, you're not gonna buy that.
Yeah, I think Nintendo might just become like a character licensing company with like an in-house, like one in-house team, and then just like sends all its stuff out. So it just becomes people.
Aww.
Like it just becomes they're like the we own Mario company.
And
I
then
would hate that.
What would they do? No, I don't think so.
Well, they would just make movies and stuff and be like, we're Mario. That's us.
I think they'll make movies. I think they're diversifying their sort of portfolio, but I think you can't only license Mario, because part of his value is that he's in fun games, and if he's not in fun games, then nobody cares.
Yeah, I thought, but he's also Chris Pratt. So it's like,
but what if some guy, we don't know who, went Chris Pratt in the back of the head, leaving a gaping hole where his brain once was? Then he's kind of not Chris Pratt anymore. That would be tough.
that would be really sad. Yeah. And we could do that to Shintaro Furukawa, is what you're saying?
No, what? Well, I'm just saying we should Shintaro Furukawa. Like, I'm not even saying we should. I'm just saying, we. I'm just saying, like, let's start a hashtag let's Shintaro Furukawa. Like that could be.
Like, is this like a social pressure?
Yeah, it's like on X.com. We're like, let's.
Yeah.
But nobody's actually gonna act out on
Hashtag
it.
let's. Well, we don't know. I mean, someone could, but like, we don't know.
A Luigi guy might.
Well, Luigi. Yeah, I was gonna say a Luigi type guy.
Cinema.
Cinema.
You don't seem like you're super on board with this. I don't know. You have a lot of hesitancy to.
I just have a lot of empathy. A lot of empathy.
But how can he's only played Mario Tennis Aces? Like,
Well, you don't know that. That's his favorite game. Maybe he played like.
I've never played Mario Tennis Aces.
that's what I'm saying. He's a psycho. And then you try and go and buy Mario Tennis Aces, his favorite game. It costs $80 in 2025. That game came out in 2018. What are we talking about here?
That's on a Switch?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Can't you play as like King Bob-omb in that game though?
You can play as like Chain Chomp or some shit.
Hold on a minute.
I feel like maybe he's just has keynote taste. He's like a banker who like grew up without Nintendo, and then he played Mario Tennis Aces, and he was like, "Oh, this is what I'm gonna do the rest of my life now."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's just
guys,
jokes.
we're gonna regret this so fucking
just
much when
jokes.
something bad happens, bro.
No, I mean, like for me personally, when I was a kid, I always wanted to be like a game tester for Nintendo.
Yeah.
And I think I could have a career path that would let me be like a translator, maybe for like their games, like a Bill Trinan type.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I
Yeah.
could work at Nintendo America and start like translating games. I could be the guy on the Nintendo like Tomodachi Life, the new one. I could be the person like Bill Trinan was, like presenting the game. But I think that instead of doing that, I would rather start a hashtag that like takes down the acting Nintendo CEO,
Yeah.
because it feels like it's a more ethical direction, and it's more true to me also.
It's more true.
Yeah, it's more true to me and what I believe, because I can't be the melee guy and then be like, guys, you should totally buy like,
Guys, check out Tomodachi Life. Life's the dream.
and if you don't like that game, you should get the Hello Kitty like Miracle Island.
Hello
because that
Kitty
game-
Island Tour. It's so cute.
Can we talk about that really quick?
Yeah.
Bro, we were watching the trailer for it on the Nintendo eShop.
Don't ask how we got there.
Yeah.
Sure, but I just want to say you're calling me the Nintendo beta and you're watching the Hello Kitty Island Tour trailer in the eShop. Okay, sure. You know, it's fine. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Continue with the story. Please continue with the story.
I'm a weeb.
Continue the story.
Distinction. It's Sanrio characters. Dude, they got the crow. The crow is there. Oh, it's the guy who looks kind of like a fish.
Chromie just fucking digs a pothole.
Yeah. That was kind of funny.
That was real.
Anyway, so you watched this trailer?
And I did not get a single ounce. I did not understand a single thing about the fucking game.
The penguin's wearing a tuxedo. It's the tuxedo penguin. He's like waiting tables.
Isn't that
What
his
is-
like
what is
actual
not to
name?
get?
Like a Tuxedo Max or
Tuxedo
whatever the
Sam
fuck?
or something?
Yeah.
Isn't
Like,
it just like a cute type game? Like just cute things happen and you have fun?
well, okay. Well, let's compare that with Animal Crossing. Animal
Okay.
Crossing is a Q type game, except you spend almost your entirety, customizing your island and paying back Tom Nook.
Okay.
But what does this Hello Kitty shit have to offer?
It's only 40 US.
Cute. And it's cheaper.
It's cheaper than Tomodachi Life is going to be.
Who is this catered to? Who's the target audience of this?
People who like Hello Kitty.
Like, and they, it kind of just blows my mind, to be honest.
That people like Hello Kitty and cute things.
It's
Yeah.
people who played 400 hours of Animal Crossing, got bored, and they like Hello Kitty, and they're like, oh, I'll do this one.
I guess.
Dude, I would play that game. If I had like someone to play it with.
Do we
Like a
even
xenofucker
know?
friend or...
No, like
Do we even know that it's multiplayer?
like if there was like a cute girl who was like, "Oh my god, I love Sanrio."
like Emily?
Yeah, like Emily.
Did she ever text you back?
Nope.
Why
Did
don't
you send her the
you should,
podcast?
I mean, I know it's generally bad form to double text, but what if you're like, hey, babe.
It was 2 weeks ago.
I'm starting
hey babe.
Hey,
I
babe.
got Hello Kitty Island Tour. You want to play?
So, okay.
XOXO.
This is funny actually. Because she's I didn't realize that she's like a vlogger. She like vlogs a lot on like Instagram Reels. And she like took a video as we were walking out of the ceremony, and she's like, "This is for my vlog. Like, you might have to take a quick video." She took a quick video. I was just scrolling through Instagram Reels. I saw the reel, like a reel that she posted on a different account,
Right.
and I was like, "Why am I?" That's me. I'm on this. It's
Yeah.
like people viewed, and I saw it, and I was just like, I'm on her reel, but she isn't messaging me. Anyways,
Is this
You're on her
May?
reel, but you're not real to her. You know
I
what
guess
I'm
so.
saying?
Yeah. I guess I said something that could have just been left alone, and so she left it alone
Yeah.
and then posted without tagging me. It's cool.
Yeah.
We're chilling.
So yeah, I'm saying you should say, hey,
saying I should
babe.
reach out.
Hey babe, let's kitty it up on Island Tour.
I'm also a political activist.
I'm also a political
Hashtag-
activist. Hashtag let's beep. Shintaro Furukawa. Let's kill his reputation.
You don't like this bit at all.
Bro, if we're gonna fucking vault. No,
you put-
look. The sad part about this is that I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this conversation a lot, but I can't help but think, I can't help but think
This is not gonna reach Shintaro Furukawa.
I know, but
You
but
could make
the
it
problem.
happen. If you hashtag, let's, you could make it happen. We don't know.
I just totally chomped on the mic. Laughing at that.
The problem is the pond's out of the containment, man.
We have breached.
It's breached containment.
We have breached containment, which is kind of like
It's not really
maybe-
breaching containment. To be
Maybe
honest.
my fault because I sent friend of the podcast Elliot.
Friend of the pod, yeah.
Elliot the Weapon. I sent him the episode, and I think he's just become a big fan. And I don't know.
He's a big fan, but he wants every single one of us out.
But he thinks that he could do it so much. I think he just likes the idea of having a podcast, and he sees that we're doing it, and he's just like, "What are these chuckle fucks like? They're doing a podcast, and
Yeah.
I'm not." He's also like a reporter type guy.
He's a journalist, yeah.
Yeah, journalist type guy.
Yeah.
He could do it himself. He could get the equipment. You're supposed to have this kind of equipment. You're supposed to have interviews with people.
Maybe
Sure.
you could help with the activism.
Oh, well, I think that he wouldn't even be an activist. He would just do it himself.
You take matters into his own
You
hands.
take him to Japan. That's the first thing. He's not one of those guys you take to Japan. He's like, I'm gonna go see the shrines. I'm gonna go get conveyor belt sushi. You
Well,
know.
he might go see the shrines because he's like, Lord needs to pray for me.
Yeah. No, he would go to a church.
Yeah.
And you know what? I know he'd go to church because he's recommending me Christian podcasts now.
What?
Yeah. There's a podcast called Let's Go to the Pond, which is about a bunch of ducks living in a pond.
This is a different podcast.
This is a different podcast.
It's a different pond.
It's called Life at the Pond. I
Okay.
think. And at this pond, there are a bunch of different ducks, and the younger ducks, they go through life and they learn biblical lessons
So
about living at a pond.
Is it biblical or is it like what's the one? It's the story with the animals in it and shit. A fable.
Animal? Oh, fable.
Is it like a fable type thing, or is it like Noah the duck? Noah the duck used his duck ark to save all the other ducks, but only two of each kind, and there are a lot of kinds of ducks. And none of the other ducks were gay.
oh my god.
I think that.
God.
But
That's what happens in the Bible. I
know,
think.
I know.
Didn't read it.
I mean,
Well,
we can
I
gauge
only watched the anime.
Jesus the anime?
Jesus the anime.
Dude.
Which one's that? Is that Evangelion? Is that
No, there's actually Jesus the anime.
VeggieTales?
Yeah, VeggieTales.
You watch VeggieTales?
No, but you trapped me in this bit.
I didn't try to do this bit, and now you have to find a way to claw out.
No, it's just
Where are you going? Where are you
Talk
going
about
with this?
your weird duck show. Anyway,
I was thinking that
That's us.
I don't know. Neither you guys are Christians. We could do a little. This could be the Christianity conversion podcast if we wanted. Listening to Life at the Pond.
I think it's problematic if I
yeah.
become a missionary for anything.
anything.
Yeah,
Hashtag. No,
that's not a mission. That's a universal truth. That's not. I don't have to convince anybody about that.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my
Fair
god.
enough. Maybe I'll have to convince like the jury at my trial when someone pulls the trigger.
My face cannot be on this fucking show.
Well, that's good. You're actually right in the center. So.
Yeah, I know. It's
I
good because we
know.
put like the max PR guy in the middle, so when we say stuff off to the sides, the like auto crop on any YouTube short that we make will just be
You,
yeah, it'll just be you.
I can't.
It'll be a bunch of different voices coming around
Dude,
as like
if we get Alex on board on this, he's definitely gonna do that.
what he's gonna YouTube short just like
Yeah, he's just gonna
clip your
clip, and
face.
every problematic sentence is just only gonna be my face.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have
Perfect.
the best reactions. The reactions like ah.
I did not do that. Do I do that? Am I that expressive?
No, you just have you're like Violet from The Incredibles. You have the bangs that like cover your eyes.
I'm like thoroughly insulted.
Violet from Incredibles cool. Incredibles? You know what I'm talking about?
I know. Yeah.
Sorry.
I know the show.
I make cultural references that people don't get sometimes, so I'm trying to check myself.
I know that one.
The Incredibles? You're
Yeah.
familiar with Pixar?
I'm familiar. And he goes, I'm Mr. Incredible.
Yeah.
And then he punches that mole guy really hard or something.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know it.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, yeah.
I know he has a family, but that's all I know about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
You guys have childhood favorite movies?
Ooh.
Childhood favorite movie.
Mine was The Incredibles, which is why I'm thinking of this.
Incredibles is pretty good. Ratatouille is pretty good. I guess, yeah. I don't know.
Is that why you're a critic? The Ratatouille fan?
That's such a
harsh.
stupid. That's such a stupid thing. Oh, you watch Cars? Is that why you like to rate? That would make more sense.
Is that why you're a car?
Yeah. No, that's not why I critic. I just watched the fucking movie. That's why. Maybe that movie is why I hold people to a higher standard of creativity that they don't reach sometimes. You know.
Like who?
Just all people. I think all people. I think that if you write something clever or you come up with something that's kind of creative and unique and new, that should be rewarded. But actually, sometimes if you just write hashtag loving this burger, and you just post that out there, it gets 100 million likes, and you're like, great.
Hashtag loving this burger is fire though.
Yeah.
Like imagine.
I cannot lie. I felt that.
Dude,
way
imagine
too.
posting a picture of a hamburger being hashtag loving this burger and it gets that kind of traction. Because no one's posting like that nowadays. Everyone's posting like they gotta be clever. Sometimes you just want to love a burger.
Then yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is hashtag loving this burger. That's a great post.
I feel like I have high standards because I think the person who's posting I love burgers is like, I think they're like a savant. When I see someone who's just like, I like, double cheeseburgers the most, I'm just like, that's not interesting.
What about like if someone is posting like, oh, I like this new Wendy's sandwich. It feels like a clever remix of the Big Mac.
Then you're a psychopath.
Yeah,
If
that's,
you're saying that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just have I automatically think that's AI. If someone's posting something like that, I'm like, you're not a real person. That's not a real thought. That's not real. An AI would never post loving this cheeseburger. They would always say some shit like, the Wendy's cheeseburger dash. What an interesting M dash. The square patty is such an interesting take on a classic like family recipe from the Americas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A classic piece of Americana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no childhood movies.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. I don't think.
Studio Ghibli. Did you watch Totoro? And he went,
I actually have not watched Totoro in my life.
that's crazy.
I think the only Ghibli movie I've ever watched is Ponyo.
Oh,
But
Ain't that
Ponyo,
one
Ponyo,
ass?
Ponyo, Fishy in the Sea.
yeah.
Ain't that one ass?
Never seen it.
I mean, I was gonna say I like it, but like I haven't watched any other Ghibli movies, so I don't really know the comparison. But I think it was all right. And the sad part about it is that I don't think I really gained a lot out of it. It's just like it's my favorite because that's like the only movie that I've watched when I was a kid.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't watch any movies as a child?
I mean, okay, now I kind of sound like a liar, but I watched the first Kung Fu Panda.
That's a great movie.
That's good.
That's actually a really great movie.
That's good. That's a good movie.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot about it.
Skadoosh, man.
Skadoosh.
Is that where it came from?
That's Skadoosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what is it? Put the pinky down.
Yeah.
I only remember the chopstick scene where he like.
That's a
does
great
that.
scene.
I learned how to hold chopsticks from that movie.
Yeah.
So embarrassing.
What are you embarrassing?
So
What are you
lame.
talking about? I was a child and I was just like, oh, chopsticks. I didn't learn. You didn't have chopsticks at my dinner table. Look at me.
I know that, but it's like, I guess, you know what? Maybe it's not embarrassing. Maybe it's cool.
I just, I've had a rich and varied life, and I think I got a bunch of experiences from a lot of different places. And Kung Fu Panda is one of them. And I think because it's not like I had my parents to be like my dad was always like a use your chopsticks guy on sushi. I don't do that anymore. I just use my fingers. I pop it in
So you're
like gumdrops.
nowadays, like people in Japan, they don't really do that anymore.
Like chopsticks on sushi?
No. Use their hands with sushi.
What?
Yeah.
The woke now?
I'm fucking blowing your mind right now.
You are blowing my mind. Why they do that?
Ain't you been to Japan like 6 times?
But I listen, I'm like a textbook Japan because all my textbooks are published back in 2006 and they're like, you want to put your index finger on like this part of the salmon on the top part and you want to rotate your finger, like your hand 45 degrees and then pick it up with the side of your middle finger and like your thumb, and then you want to dip it in the soy sauce, and then you want to go and that's how you eat it properly. And when you enter the izakaya, the whatever sushi bar, you always want to lift up the like towel with your backhand, and then from the corner, and you say, you know, like that's me. That's my Japan. And then I go out there and I see now everyone's in a booth. So I can't even see what other people are doing to try to mimic them, because it's always like there's a curtain.
Oh, and izakayas and stuff.
Yeah, and like even the conveyor belt sushi places.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm doing right. Maybe everyone else next to me is doing like normal people stuff, normal Japanese people stuff, and I'm the weird white guy who's just like popping it in like gumdrops, man. I'm just going nom 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 nom.
Right.
Thing is, like, it's not that big of a deal. It's just, I think nowadays people are like, hygiene, and they just want to use their chopsticks more than like, you know, use their hand. But I mean, I'm sure like somewhere out there, like my dad would probably use his hands once in a while.
We gotta make Japan
Great again.
What's wrong with the kids nowadays in Japan? They're using chopsticks on sushi.
I think Shintaro Furukawa has like a big influence.
I think he has a say in this.
Yeah.
It's because, you know what? Back when my parents were kids, they had Donkey Kong on the arcade. Mm-hmm. That game cost 25 cents. Right?
To play.
Yeah, but
not like the whole cabinet.
Yeah. How much does it cost to play Donkey Kong Bonanza?
It's
Is it
$70
$90?
US dollars, 90 or actually 100 Canadian dollars.
Yeah. More isn't it? Is it more? Is it
I don't know.
It's a lot.
I don't know off the top of my
It's
head.
a lot more than a quarter. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, but you don't have to put in a quarter every time you play.
And you can play anywhere.
Maybe later.
Maybe later.
Yeah, maybe they're like, hey, we've introduced a new retro arcade style mode. You have to put in a quarter.
That's basically what paying for online is, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The Nintendo Switch Online experience.
Every time I want to play Donkey Kong Country, I have to pay basically a quarter, because I only do that like once a year.
And then it's like you kind of don't own it, so if you want to like put it in an emulator, you kind of have less of a say. Mm-hmm. You know, you have to connect your console to the internet before you can even play Mario Kart. If you put the cartridge in, you see that? You don't even own the game. There's a licensing agreement that says you don't even own your Switch when you get it.
Is this the new Switch?
I don't know if that's. I think there's a bit of misinformation, but there's something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I say is truth.
Look, I just want, I want to be respected, right? I don't want people to think that the things I say, I don't mean, right? So when I say like, as a comedy podcast, when I say like hashtag let's Shintaro Furukawa, I don't want it to be on illegitimate grounds, I guess, I want it to be because The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, a game that released in 2017 on the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Wii U, now it costs $20 more than it did at launch. How does that make any fucking sense? What is that? They just added a GPS to the game and now it's more expensive. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. So that's kind of why, how I feel.
You think that, you think I could be a banker?
Hold on. Let me look
Where's
at you.
this going? Where's
Let me
this
look
going?
at you. Let me look at him. I don't think so.
Wait, why was I involved
I
in
needed
this?
a baseline reading.
Of a non-banker guy?
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I can.
Do you think you could be a banker? Is this something you aspire to?
Shintaro Furukawa just seems like he has so many like good ideas for making money, and I feel like I don't.
What do you mean he has good ideas for making money?
Like, let's make people pay more money for things that they already have. Okay, that's like sounds like such a good idea to make money.
Sure, yeah. In the short term.
Not in the long term, you don't think so?
I think in the long term, if like you can't afford to buy a Mario game, why the fuck would you care about Mario?
Well, that's because like everyone else has the Mario game, right?
But no one else has the Mario game because no one else can afford to get it either. Like, why would...
So that's the thing, right? There should be a boycott.
Maybe. I don't think a boycott would work. I think...
You think people just buy it anyway?
We'll see what I think the pre-order sold out because like they kind of always sell out. But like, unless you're really inting.
They're saying they're breaking all the records right now. like the sales records for
I
the
hate
console.
that. I hate that it works.
No,
I hate
but
that it
well,
works.
but there are the Nintendo betas right now are purchasing the Switch 2. We have
Yeah.
to see if the common folk think it's worth it or if it's too
My
expensive.
sister messaged me asking me if I'm gonna get the Switch 2, and I said no, not anytime soon, and she gave me a thumbs down, which makes me feel like, oh shit, like my sister, just the layperson, she wants a Switch 2.
Does she want it bad enough to pay $700? That's the it looks like a pretty good system. I would like to be able to buy one. It's just it's too expensive.
Yeah.
Do you know what's crazy is, like, imagine you're like a young child and you save up enough money and you get a crisp $100 bill. You work up your money, you get some 20s, and you're like, fuck these broke ass 20s. I'm gonna go to the ATM, exchange it for a $100 bill. Ooh, a beautiful $100 bill, right? And then you go to Best Buy and you already own the Switch somehow. I don't know how. Maybe grandma bought it for you. And you go to pick up a copy of Mario Kart and you say, here's $100 bill. And you know what the guy's gonna say to you? Fuck off, you're too broke. This is the highest denomination of currency you have. And they're like, oh, you're too broke, pussy. Kill yourself. And like, that's antithetical to what I think this podcast stands for.
It is kind of crazy, I will say. Like, for a child, like, games are supposed to be for children, I think. Like, at least for like Nintendo games, a lot lot of them are for children.
I think
right?
they're for adults. I think they're
See,
for
that's-
For really cool
I think
adults.
they're really cool
okay.
adults.
You're joking. Are you serious?
I'm
Okay, I'm not saying that adults can't have fun with these Nintendo games. It's just like the target audience that they really want to appeal to would be children.
I don't know, man.
You don't think so?
I play so much Melee. I feel like the game is meant for me.
It's definitely
hole is meant for me.
Yeah, it's definitely a game for adult men to play. Yeah.
Well, we always make the joke that we're fucking 21, 22, 23 playing this children's party game for money.
Yeah.
And so,
Not that much money.
yeah, exactly. Not that much
We're
either.
playing to lose money.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is all part of Furukawa's plan.
She's like a mastermind. He had nothing to do with this. He had nothing to do with my game. Nintendo gets no credit. I'm telling you. They get
Yeah.
no credit from me.
They get no credit from you?
No credit from me. That's HAL Laboratory. It's Monolith Soft.
Yeah.
Freaking Game Freak making a new game that isn't Pokemon that like looks beautiful.
Which one?
I don't know. I just heard other people say it's beautiful. I'm
The
parroting right now.
Champions or whatever. Is that the one that we watched?
I don't know.
Oh.
It was like the X or the PlayStation game reveal or something. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're releasing a non-Pokemon game for the PlayStation.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
They've done that a couple times before. The last two were kind of shit, though.
but Drill Dozer, never played it.
Never played it.
It's Game Boy Advance game. Apparently, it's a cult classic.
But do you know Bambo the Badass Elephant?
no.
That's a, that's
fuck
like
is
Oh, is
that?
that for the N64?
no. This is like a PS4 game made by Game Freak, I think.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, what's the difference? Non sequitur. What's the difference between the Switch 2 version of Undertale or of Deltarune and the Switch version of Deltarune?
There's one room where you can use the Nintendo Switch 2 mouse function to access a secret minigame.
I was saying that.
You said that?
Don't
You did.
remember?
Yeah, you did say like, oh, you can just use the mouse. I'm like,
I was joking too.
You can use the mouse.
But the room is also available in the other versions. You just can't play it with the mouse.
Oh,
This is so fucking stupid. This is so fucking stupid. I hate that console already.
What?
it is so goofy.
It's so insane.
I think the mouse is the only good part of the console.
It's the only part that makes it worth.
It's the only part that's creative, but it's
Yeah.
not even.
It's
Can you-
twice. It's twice the Switch.
Yeah. No,
For
but
that.
now it's 4K, 120 hertz.
And I guess you load faster in games.
You
is that
load
it?
faster.
It breaks your Xenoblade cutscenes.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Because apparently this is. If we're just this is the Nintendo beta.
Yeah, this is the Nintendo power.
Sorry
Yep,
for
yep,
people who want to hear about fishing or whatever. Sorry. Okay. But I don't know if you know about previous Nintendo systems like the Wii, the Wii U, the DS. The way that they do backwards compatibility is that they just have the guts of the other system like in their system. So like in the DS, there is like a secret Game Boy Advance. In the Wii, there's a secret GameCube. The Switch 2 does not have a secret Nintendo Switch in there. They're doing some weird emulation shit, which is the first time they've really ever done this. That's why there's all these bugs.
How do people know about this?
I think they said so.
Oh.
So there's no Tegra X1 in there. There's only there's something else.
So disgusting.
It's just like another Steam
Just
Deck.
so gross. Why? Just I want to play the same game on the new system. Why you got to make it all weird and complicated?
Like, because then it'll be cheaper.
For who? Cheaper for
It'll be cheaper for them to produce it.
the cheaper for them to produce it and just have you play a shitty version of a game that's just a little faster.
Well, it might not be a shitty. Maybe it's like a good version. We don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, and Pikmin seems to have issues, and maybe other games do too. But who knows? It's okay. You already spent the $600. Why are you sad about it?
Dude, then one Nintendo Switch 2 and a pizza, man. living the top of top story.
I don't know if I want to break this, but this is kind of I was looking on Best Buy. I was wistfully looking at the Switch 2, right? And then I saw they have a contest going on. And it's like play at Best Buy gaming contest. And it's like a raffle, not a raffle. It's just like a giveaway where you can like if you post on social media #I love Best Buy gaming, you can enter to win one of 4 package prizes, or whatever. And there's like a Switch one, a PS4 one, Xbox One, and a MetaQuest one, whatever. And it's like it seems to be kind of local, so there's like not that many entrants. And there's another thing. I don't know if you know this about giveaways. Every giveaway has to have a way for you to enter that's not like stupid bullshit. Like you have to, they can do whatever stupid bullshit they want, but they also have to let you enter by mail.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm thinking like, low key, because it's like 2 entries per person, but I know a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Actually, yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's not that many people in it. So like the odds of me getting a Switch 2 this way, not awful, So,
and we're not supporting Nintendo.
and we're not that it might be the only
best.
ethical way to get it.
right now, yes. It's either this or like buying on eBay the one that had like a staple put through it.
Or like another thing.
Yeah.
But we already talked about that.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I'm thinking, maybe my mom really wants a Nintendo Switch too,
and she doesn't know how to use a computer.
And well, no, she just says like, she's just like, hey, can you fill this out for me? I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to.
You know what? It would be my pleasure.
It'd be my pleasure. And my grandparents too. They have a little arthritis. They need some help. So I might just show up to the Best Buy and be like, I have an envelope with some names in it. Might want a chance to win a Nintendo Switch or a MetaQuest 3 Pro.
Yeah, fuck the MetaQuest 3 Pro, man.
But for free?
Yeah. Flip it.
I mean, you can always sell it.
I'll just wear it. When you don't fuck with
You'll wear it around.
Yeah, I'll emulate 3DS games on there.
In VR?
Yeah.
Oh, so you can get the 3D effects.
Yeah, or just for fun.
Oh, that is kind of cool, actually.
What were they thinking with the 3DS, man? You they're making it so VR now is the only way for you to get the authentic experience via emulation. Just like,
I just thought it was cool.
I just really want to see Majora's Mask 3D in like as 3D as possible.
No, they just wanted. I think the 3DS is like kind of cool because you know what? They made it too expensive, and then they were like, "Oh shit!"
They got me. They got my 5th grade ass.
Yeah, but you got the fucking 35 free ambassador program games.
Yeah, which all can run on my high school Chromebook.
Yeah, but now you have a legal entitlement to emulate them, and but you pay how much you pay for Nintendo Switch Online every month? Probably $1 million. Don't fact check that, right? And then and if you want to take that little file of Donkey Kong Country and put it on your PC, they're gonna Shuntaro Furukawa will come and he will do it. That's what they don't tell
Actually,
you.
this is kind of like type of thing. isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. What time is it? We're at an hour.
No, wait, are we seriously at an hour?
Dude, we talked about Nintendo for like 40
Holy
minutes.
shit.
I have one last thing I'd like to talk about.
Oh, please.
I think in the spirit of the Best Buy contest, we should have our own contest.
Okay.
I can change the name.
No,
No, I would
No,
lo-
I would
what-
love the
the name?
authentic, just the raw version of it.
Well, I was thinking
Hit me with it.
it's just because a lot of people have been asking me and us in general, who can we be a guest on the podcast, right? And I feel like I don't really want to. I don't want the responsibility of picking it. Just based on whatever. So I feel like we should have like a contest to decide like who will be the first guest.
How are you gonna organize this?
I don't know, like a Google form or something. Maybe they have to like fill out a quiz, and then we can base it on their score on that or something like that.
It could be like, who knows one of us the best? They have to answer questions about us.
That's
No.
like no.
No?
That's too like
The
Unfair in a
most
way.
parasocial fan wins. What's wrong with that?
well.
Do you want the most parasocial fan on the podcast?
Well, we can take the person who got the worst score. That might be funny too.
yeah,
I think that would be funnier. Yeah.
I'll
You know
make a
nothing
quiz,
about
but
us?
Yeah, I think it's like the Pond Befriend-a-Fan Contest.
Yeah.
What was it? The thing in the topic bank was
Oh yeah, it was.
As much-
It was an acronym. It was figure out
Figure
cool kind of fan contest. Yeah, so you can kind of yeah.
yeah.
But I think the Befriend-a-Fan contest could be good.
Yeah.
friend or fan sexual style.
What?
Yeah.
This made it weird, man.
Well, no, because that's just what the kids are saying
You're gonna get us in
nowadays.
trouble, man. You can't be
Everything
saying-
we said in this
you can't
podcast.
just be posting this on the internet like it's. Can you bleep that out, man?
Yeah.
That's not appropriate.
There's a
man.
lot.
Right.
There's gonna be a lot of thwomps today.
What? What?
Well, okay, maybe not a lot.
I'm okay with anyone hearing what I had to say.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, if you believe any of the things that we've said on this comedy podcast today, spread the word. Use your voice.
Oh my
Use a hashtag.
God.
Any kind of hashtag you would like, post it on x.com or or on Blue Sky too.
Yeah, I think that they might take it. They could take it so far.
They can take it. Where I think it's in their hands now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's left in this.
And it has nothing to do with any of us anymore.
Nope.
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 not involved.
No responsibility on our part.
Yep.
Because we were all doing jokes.
It's a comedy podcast.
It's a comedy podcast.
Yep.
And this is the end of the podcast now.
End of the comedy podcast.
Can you fart? I'll be your one oh girl. Odyssey, Yossi, 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 Odyssey, Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey releasing October 27th for the Nintendo Switch family of systems.
Damn.